my point is, you got to kind of, we got to get more hooks, right? We got to get more things, more levers, more things out of this guy and understand the situation a little bit better to have any shot at getting him to truly consider selling it and be legit about it.
Our call review sessions are the only opportunity in our industry for a highly trained coach to listen to your actual calls and help coach you on what you could have done better to set more appointments, stay on the phone longer, and get more yeses. If you'd like to set more appointments, get more yeses, and have a highly trained coach listen to your calls, click below and check out our coaching options.
Hey, bud, it's Corey.
Can you guys hear that?
Over at Atlantic Sotheby's and the Chris Weaver Real Estate team. We spoke sometime last month in regards to Dinwiddie, and I just wanted to reach out and see how everything was going.
Well, I decided not to sell Dinwiddie.
Oh, okay. You decided not to sell now.
Yeah, right.
Can I ask what ended up changing your mind?
Well, I just decided. I think, it's prime property in a sense. It's right downtown Portsmouth. So I decided to keep it because I know I'm gonna get the prices, and that it'd be worth it. Yeah.
So if you got the price that you think it's worth, would you reconsider?
I probably would.
Okay, and I'm pulling it up online just to kind of see, what it's looking like. What do you have a figure in your head that you would think is would you consider
I don't know. Well, it's 200,000. I do know that. How much that was done. So.
Okay, so when did you, just out of curiosity, when did you end up buying this?
When did I buy it?
Yeah.
I don't know, about 10 years ago.
Okay, and how much around do you remember what you spent?
No, I bought it about 20 years ago.
Oh, okay, about 20 years ago?
Uh-huh. And it was in bad shape. I had to redo the whole place. I got to about 60, 70, something like that, I recall.
Oh, around 60? Okay, so I'm just looking at it online, first glance. Based on just pulling up the address, this is something you could see online yourself as well. It's looking as though the median of it is around 172. So you look like you could sell for around that. If anything, the properties that are around it as well are kind of fairly priced around that. And of course, if you've done upgrades or anything like that, it could even be more.
Well, it is upgraded.
Yeah, that's great.
All that. It's upgraded.
Cool.
Central heat, and hardwood floors, all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, yeah, it's looking as though the median's about 172, about 172,000. Just out of curiosity, do you think that would be fairly a fair price?
Fairly a fair price.
I don't know. I have to look at it. I have to think about it because the reason why it's in its prime place now, and they're building the new apartments around that close, and they're getting 50.
So Corey, he's now starting to tell you what the real objection is. What's behind the objection of I'm going to keep it, okay?
Okay.
And we could have gotten that. What I was going to do earlier was I was going to pause. I'll rewind it. I'm going to show you a little bit of the mechanics of your call, okay?
Okay.
But I want to hear where he ends up with this.
1,500 for 2 bedrooms. So it's kind of up this grade.
Okay, so you're saying it's starting to improve?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm looking at it right now. It looks as though, as of this very second, that it's in one of the higher points that it's been. If you were open to selling, right now, with how the market is, it's actually not, I guess you could say, a bad time to sell. The market's actually in a very good spot. Thing about right now is that everybody's pulling their house off of the market and trying to relist during springtime. So inventory is getting fairly light. So, if you were actually interested in selling, seeing if you could get, close to a full price offer on it, we would be more than welcome to help you out.
If you like what you're seeing here and you know you can take your business to new heights, and you just don't know how to get there, click the link below and schedule a call with us.
Okay, well, I guess make my offer. Let me think about it.
All right, so listen, guys, when somebody sells a property, especially somebody, this guy sounds like he's older, right? He bought this property 20 years ago. He paid $60,000 for it, or has $60,000 into it. Listen, when somebody sells a property, they have to have a purpose. If they're living in the house, they got to have a purpose for where they're going to go, right? And that has to be a real viable option. If it's something they don't live in and it's an investment property, not only they have to have a plan for the money, right? So this guy, when you get later in your years, which none of you are, you have to have a plan for how you're going to support yourself, right? At some point in the future. And what you're thinking about is you're thinking about your assets and you're trying to figure out how you're going to get the most value out of them, right? So even if he sells this building, Corey, if you're waving $172,000 in his face, what's he going to do with it, right? Is he going to reinvest it in something? Because I bet you that part of what's holding this guy back is he's looking at it as, I don't really need the money right now, and I can probably get more money for this building if I just sit on it longer.
Wait.
And wait, because that's what he's done for the last 20 years. And now he's getting this much payoff. What's going on in his head is he's like, well, if I wait another 10 years, maybe I can get this much more payoff. That's what he's telling you what he's telling you about the market. Can you hear that?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So if you just keep waving a bunch of cash in his face, part of what he hears is, I might get more cash later.
I could see that.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to rewind. I want to go back to this spot in the conversation, everybody, and I want you to pay attention, because this is where I would suggest that Corey can get down to the bottom of things with this guy.
And get the prices, you know, that.
I did not sell now.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so he said, I decided not to sell. Corey's going to do the right thing, which is try to figure out why, right? What caused that?
Can I ask what ended up changing your mind?
Well, I just decided. I think, you know, it's prime property in a sense, because it's right downtown.
It's prime property. It's downtown.
I decided to keep it because
I decided to keep it.
I want to get the prices, you know, that it would be worth it.
So
I'm looking at the prices and what it will be worth. Okay. Now,
Okay.
Corey, what you did is you went into, hey, I know you try to establish how much he paid for it or what he has into it, because you were setting yourself up to tell him how much he could make, right? So you're like, here's how much you can make. Here's how much you can make.
Okay.
But if you had listened to what he was saying and instead thought, so what does that mean? What's this plan? Like, what's the relevance, right? What's the relevance of that to you? And understood what that is, he would have unraveled for you. Well, basically, if I wait longer, I'll make more money on it, and then find out if he has a need for the money, right? Or what would cause him to consider selling now rather than just, you know, giving it to his kids when he passes, right? So, and you don't have to say that part, but my point is, you got to kind of, we got to get more hooks, right? We got to get more things, more levers, more things out of this guy and understand the situation a little bit better to have any shot at getting him to truly consider selling it and be legit about it. Because I guarantee he just gave you kind of a brush off at the end, which was, tell me how much it's worth and I'll consider it.
Okay.
Listen, you're just one solution away from achieving the goals that you want to achieve in your business and moving your company where you want to take it. So click the link below and schedule a call with us.